the bag work about of apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
What's good? You tune Apartment 5B with your man, Kel. I got my squad up here in fact with me tonight. Ladies first, Porsche, what's good?
How's it going, Kel?
Everything is everything. My brother Yao, what's good?
Call me with the L in the mouth. But it's all good.
It's all
I'm just spreading the love. Like Big said, spreading the love. What's up, y'all?
no doubt. I got my man Vince. What's good, babe?
Alright, John Chapman.
All right, Nick, what's good?
Yo, Matic is the greatest. Don't debate it.
And we got my man Gnu out of Jersey. What's good, fam?
Peace, everybody. What's good with y'all?
Everything is good, man. Y'all know me. Let's get right into it, man. I don't know how I totally forgot. Nick, we did this show months ago, but somebody hit me up like, yo, you did the top 20 to 11 MCs. You never finished with your top greatest MC 10 to 1. And I was like, man, I don't know how that slipped my mind. So that's what we chopping up about tonight. The 10 dopest MCs ever on your list. First thing we starting off with is the criteria. I think a lot of times people just spill, just talk to talk. They really don't even know what they really saying or how to back it up. So we want to talk about your top 3 attributes of an MC. And what I mean by that, like, for instance, mine is discography. So you got to have a solid discography. One of my people says that Jay Elect is one of the top 10 dopest MCs ever. I can't understand that because you ain't got an album out. So how can you be? But obviously for him, that's not part of his criteria. So mine is discography, longevity, and lyrics. Those are my top 3 things. So that's what these MCs are gonna have. Yeah, the resident MC. What are your top 3 joints?
Longevity is one. That's just honestly probably the most important if you want to talk about greatest. And that's for any genre, any field of work, any athlete. You got to have the longevity. That's one. You got to be great for a very long time. Obviously the lyrics got to be there. Your bars have to be there. And I don't know if this is necessarily criteria or not, but I really base my you're gonna have classic records. Not necessarily classic albums, but you have to have classic records. Like when they come on, every single person in the world knows. I don't know if that qualifies as
It does.
But that's, it's probably under the same umbrella as discography, but those would be my 3. You gotta have a record that is synonymous with your name if you want to be, considered a top 10 MC of all time. Not necessarily my favorite, but all time.
I feel you, and that's a good point with classic records. You may not need the classic album with Yao, but you need the classic record. Another thing for Yao that cats may not have known from the last episode, Yao has an asterisk that actually shocked me. You don't have to write your rhymes to be in his top 20, right?
You do not have to write your rhymes to be in this top 20. I know people feel a way about that. But listen, this thing has been happening since time immemorial. I'm pretty sure there's stories that we don't know about, but as so not to go off tangent, but older rappers are like superheroes to us. So this new age that has a lot of social media and we hear everything. So we never heard about who was writing for who back in the day. We know it now, because of where we are. So I'm not taking anything away from anybody that came out back in the day when they were rapping. We just didn't know that they had writers. If the song is great and you have a discography, then let's roll with it.
Nah, and I was just saying that for cats to understand that you may have Drake in your top 10. So before somebody says, how the fuck is nigga gonna have Drake with your what you saying that doesn't matter, that's how he can have him. So I wasn't saying it like nothing negative. I was just explaining that. Vince, what's your top 3 joints?
I kind of agree with what y'all was saying. I definitely got to have really classic, dope records. Longevity is definitely another one, and just how you approach the craft of MCing. You're not bullshitting, so to speak. You can tell right away if somebody you heard ain't really up to snuff. I like the way you come across in your rhymes, in your lyrics. So that's my discography. It don't really come up too much because you're gonna have. I'm sure that somebody gonna have a couple of MCs on here that only had maybe 1-2 albums. So the discography doesn't really play big into it. Even if they classic records, it's still. If we talking longevity, if you only got 2 records, so I don't know.
And you know what? Let me put an asterisk on mine. My discography does kind of touch on what y'all talked about with classic records too. You know what I mean? But we'll get back to that later. Porsche, what's your top 3?
For me, lyrics are the most important. So like lyrical content, even if it doesn't necessarily, lyrical content, I'll leave it at that. And then storytelling for sure. And then also like, I'm huge on delivery, and that's like an umbrella for like cadence, for flow, for just how it sounds all together. That's why I can't stand like staccato, like these trap rappers, I guess they call it, where they're just like shoving words into these beats and it doesn't necessarily like fit or make sense and you can't really follow along. That kind of thing I don't like. So that, and then if I can squeeze in a 4th, it would be classic tracks as well.
All right.
Or albums, yeah.
No doubt. Nick, what you got?
Yeah, solid discography. Like Yao said, not necessarily classic albums. If you don't have the classic albums, you need classic tracks. Content, with what you're saying in the raps, you got to have some content there. And also like the flow, the way you deliver your lyrics as well is important. So I say longevity, classic albums or songs, and the delivery flows, the way you deliver your rhymes.
All right, no doubt. Good news. What you got?
An MC, first of all, has to have lyrics. You know what I mean? He has to be. You got to be saying something, and it's also the approach. How you approach a song. Is it are you staying on target with the idea that you're trying to get across? You know what I'm saying? Also like how you're saying what you're saying. Your delivery got to be on point. Your flow, cadence is important. Some cats, I don't know, a lot of cats can have some dope rhyme, annoying voices to me. Like they'll have, some, they voice, a lot of MCs is dope, but like I ain't even gonna name. I was gonna say a name, but I ain't gonna name no names. But like they cadence.
All about.
No, it's. I mean, like one cat that I could think off the top was like Talib Kweli. When he first came out with that sound bombing, all that kind of stuff. His voice just wasn't. It was too squeaky and high pitched for me, man. But then when he formed Black Star, it got better. And, as time progressed, he got better, man. But also that MC's creativity is another thing that I look at too, man. How creative is the cat? You know what I'm saying?
All right, no doubt. Well, let's jump right into it. I'm gonna start off with my number 10, and I had done this list on my site maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's the last 4 have always changed. I think my top 6 are cemented. The last 4 always kind of flip. Number 10, and it's funny because we did a show about this. Does Kendrick Lamar knock anybody off your Mount Rushmore? And I know back at that time I said he didn't. I gotta put Kendrick at number 10, man. I mean, the cat has been, at least for me, we're looking at from 2011 to 2017, that's 6 years. Good Kid, Mad City, The Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, you're talking all, in my opinion, 4.5 to 5 mic albums. I love the fact that he's a younger dude. I'm 31, and he brings so much old school to the table, in my opinion. Even with Damn, having Kid Capri on there, and he with The Pimp a Butterfly, like all right, like that was almost a damn anthem to Black Lives Matter. I love his content. The lyrics is there. The discography is there. I don't see Kendrick falling anytime soon, so I gotta go with K-Dot for my number 10. If I had to pick, and again, I think I sent this out in a tweet. If I didn't, prayerfully y'all know this off the top. If not, whatever. My favorite song from Kendrick is the Untitled number 3 joint off the Untitled Unmasked. That's the joint where it's like, what did the white man say, or what did the Asian say? The joint he did on the Colbert Show. that I was waiting for that to be on Pimp a Butterfly, and I was salty as hell when it wasn't. So that's probably my favorite song. No, I'm sorry. That's my favorite verse from him. My favorite song is probably "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." I love that. I used to drive to work with that, thinking about, "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." So yeah, that's gonna be my number 10 joint right there. Yeah, who you got at the number 10 spot?
At number 10, I'm gonna go with Aubrey Drake Graham. Yes, top 10 all time. Now, honestly, he would be way higher on this list for me had the ghostwriting rumors not been confirmed. But if you just look at, and this is like I said, I'm the younger guy in this group. If you just look at the last 10 years, the albums are there. He doesn't necessarily have a classic album, but he's got great work. His features have been dope. And for what it's worth, as much as we say about Drake, as much as we say about him he's being soft, the kid can really, really rap. He delivers his raps. He has bars. He's got the cadence. He's like, he comes from the school of like the Jays and the Nas's and just being able to deliver like 50 to 60 bar verses that are just phenomenal. Also with the skill of putting out classic records. Like Drake has classic rap records, hard records. He's got classic little R&B joints. He's a very versatile artist. I'm not sure people even want to count him as an MC. People feel a way about Drake. They do. It's a very polarizing thing. There's nobody that's really in the middle with Drake. It's either you really don't like him for everything that he's bad about, or you really love him for things he's great with. And that's I tend to lean toward the side of, because he's really great. I'm telling you, the catalog, when it's all said and done, if you put together a Drake playlist in any setting, you can't lose. You won't lose.
Yo, I can't stop looking at Portia's face right now.
I'm looking at
She's from Canada, so
I know this is my introduction. Like I said,
I don't think it's because of that. Portia hates Drake, and she's
Oh! I see the tweets.
Yeah. No, I've never met somebody who hates somebody
that much. She hate him more than she hate Puff.
Yeah, like I hate Kobe because he's not from Philly and he says Philly, but neither here nor there. Like she hates Drake. I'm with you.
I gasped when Yao said Drake at number 10. I was like,
get mad.
Oh my God. Get out of here.
Side A, baby.
Listen. You got to understand where I'm coming from though. Like the first time I ever heard Drake can rap though.
You know what? I have heard 2 tracks. I don't remember the second one. The first one was his very first single, and to be honest, he can't rap. He cannot rap. He melodically word plays alongside like instruments. I don't know what to call what he does.
No,
wow.
Like,
you're not
like
going
melodic.
to convert her, man. So let's
I don't know.
Let's not even.
I don't know.
It's like talking
it doesn't matter.
About Illmatic, man.
I'm with you, Yao. I'm with Drake up until the You Don't Write Your Own Rhymes. If that never came out and he wrote his
that's the only knock I got against him.
He would be top 10.
Right.
I did not want to like Drake for years, and more and more people kept telling me about Drake. When people like hood niggas told me about Drake, church people told me about Drake. Like it was 5 different people. And I was like, all right, I gotta listen. Yo, that mixtape, I'll tell you this. That joint where they rhyme over Jay, ignorant shit.
It's a flawless verse. Kills a flawless verse.
And here's the wild. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody. First of all, I don't like Lil Wayne. I've never listened to a Lil Wayne mixtape ever. I've never heard.
You're gonna make hella gifts out of Portia's face right now. Like,
oh my God, get out of here!
I will say this: Drake and Lil Wayne came off better than me than Jay and Beans.
I agree, and people laugh at me when I say this. Listen.
Trust me, I never thought in a million years I would tell you somebody from Canada and little ass Wayne from the Hot Boys could come better than Beans and Jay, but I prefer they ignorant shit over Jay and Beans.
Understood. So listen. That aside, right? Of course, you gotta understand the school that I come from. These dudes know I love rappers. I love bars. Nick knows that. Kill definitely knows that. I love rappers who can rap. Drake can really rap. So not to go off tangent, I'm gonna tell you. So first of all, I think my favorite album is "Nothing Was the Same."
Yeah,
right, that's my favorite album from Drake.
Yeah.
My favorite song and verse, so one verse, 6 p.m. in New York. Listen, as simple as it sounds, right? Simple as it sounds. Get a line that says, rumors about my life hit the net like a bad serve. I don't know why that just struck a chord with me, because I love sports and I love comparative rhymes. But rumors of my life hit the net like a bad serve. And it's like, damn, like, also it's like, yo, the rumors aren't true. So he's like, they're bouncing off of the net. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, there's so many layers to some of the lines he says. Because I think, maybe I overthink bars sometimes. But maybe that's what rappers do. So like, when I hear shit like that, or when I hear him say like, texts in my inbox been popping, seasons keep going by like I'm binge watching. Like he's at the crib, but that's just those are clever, simple lines that just kind of strike a chord with you. Like, damn, I'm a regular guy. I watch Netflix, but like I sit around sometimes, you know, faded, and like time just goes by, right? And you're just not focused on anything, and then seasons go by like I'm binge watching. I've sat here in the crib and watched Scandal for 8 hours the whole day, and I ran through 3 seasons. So those things are like, damn, that's just a clever line. Drake has a lot of lines that I wish I would have written myself. That's what it comes down to.
Well, he didn't write them himself either.
I was just about to say right leg.
You know what, Yao? I would love to hear you rap whatever Drake is yapping about in his albums. Like, I don't know what he talks about, but it's just,
I don't want to belabor this point, because this between you and Portia could go on for hours.
it can, yeah.
I'm quite sure.
Now, I respect you with number 10, being Drake. Yes, who do you got, man?
You said me, man?
Yeah, Vince, who's your number?
All right. Number 10, I'm gonna go with OC.
Okay.
We take OC. Favorite album by OC would be Jewels, and I would say the best song. I'll go with, and I had it written down. Damn, I forget the song. God damn it. Well, anyhow, OC's number 10.
All right. No doubt. Porsche, who's your number 10? I know it's not Drake. So.
No. Drake is not on any list except for mine. Never mind. Anyways, number 10 is Big Pun, and Pun's on my list. Like, Pun doesn't really talk about much, and I get that. Like, he's not really saying anything profound or whatever, but he's a spitter, and he is just so good at lyrics, and he's so good at putting words together and making it sound great, and putting in all these poetic devices and making it sound like he's a super lyrical guy. And even though he's not really, like, you listen to him and you're like, well, what is this really about? It's not, he's not really good at a great storyteller or anything like that. It's just the way he can rap is just phenomenal. Like, he is so good at what he does. So that's why he's on my list at number 10. Favorite album obviously is Capital Punishment, even though it's got an exhaustive track list. And my favorite song, I mean, it's anything, or any one of them really. Super lyrical.
All right, with thought. All right, no doubt. Nick, who's your number 10?
Number 10, Slick Rick. Only reason he's that far down is he only got about two good albums out of the 4. Mainly because he was, locked up or whatnot, so he didn't really get the focus on albums 2 and 3. But he got, classic joints galore off of the 1st and 4th album, in my opinion. First one is a bulletproof classic. Favorite song is "The Moment I Feared." You know what I mean? Like, one of the best storytellers, in my opinion. I don't know how everybody else feel about Slick Rick, but yeah, I mean, great song, man.
Yeah, Moment I Feared is probably my favorite Slick Rick joint. Dude, the crazy thing to me is I wasn't mad at the second album. I mean, I didn't love it, and of course
yeah, but like after the Great Adventures, this is a big step down.
Right. I mean, I feel you. Good news. Who's at your number 10?
Shout out to my man Nick, because Slick Rick is in my list too, bro. And my favorite joint by Slick Rick is also The Moment I Feared, son. So yeah, shout out to you for that, man. Salute. But My number 10, I would say, is Kanye West.
Okay.
I say that because not only because he's an MC, he's also a producer. You know what I'm saying? And he was also influential with his, with his style, with his fashion. You know, he was like an all-around rapper to me. You know what I mean? And my favorite album from him was it's probably a toss between Late Registration and Graduation. I really don't have a favorite, but if I had to choose, like out of those two, I'll probably say those. And but my favorite joint by Ye is it's on the end of Late Registration. It's a song, I think it's called Late.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be late for that. I forget I think that's
you a real one. You a real one.
That's like the bonus track too.
Yeah.
At the end of Late Registration. Yep.
Yeah, at the end of that joint. That's like my favorite all-time joint by Ye, because I feel like that shit, like it's mad like braggadocious, bravado. It's I don't know. It just gives you an insight to like his like personality and shit to me. You know what I mean?
All right. No doubt. I'm going with my number 9. I'm going with LL Cool J. 1985 to 1995, 10 years. To me, he's hip hop's most battle tested MC. I don't know anybody who's been in more battles and won more battles than L. We going back to, what is this, 85? Like this album, 85. 11 years old, dog. I mean, yo, this dude was just the man. And then you come back with Bigger and Deffer, like, you talk about no sophomore slump, man. And the funny thing with L is, of course, I didn't like Walking with a Panther like that. I got into a slow jam joint. But then coming back with Mama Said Knock You Out, like this is 5 mics. It made definitely top 20 hip hop album for me of all time. Just
right.
The dude just is just one of the dopest. I mean, I probably have to go with my favorite verse, the first verse off of Jack the Ripper when he was going at Mo D with the Milky and I'm Back, and probably my favorite song. If you're not old enough, you won't even know it. But Yo Rock off of this joint right here,
okay.
Yo Rock was crazy. Favorite joint right there. So that's my number 9. Yeah, who you got for your number 9 joint?
Oh man. Gosh, yeah. People. I know people gonna get mad at me. I know this, but I heard Lil Wayne's name. I heard Kill say he don't like Lil Wayne.
No, what I said was I've never heard a Lil Wayne album, because you got to realize, bro, I grew up. I'm 44, so the Lil Wayne that I knew was that little ugly. Well, he's still.
That part of it has not changed.
Right.
What I will say about this, I put Lil Wayne number 9 because for a good reason. Because I don't think people really realize the run that Lil Wayne had between like 05 and like 09. It was really, really, really ridiculous. Like he was one of the first people that were putting out like multiple like mixtapes in a year, and like they were all high quality. Like Dedication 1,
right.
Dedication 2. Drought 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean? And then like and then so this is like those 5 mixtapes are like within like a 2-year stretch. He had put out the Carter 2, which is close to a classic. Very, 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 very good album. I think it's his best album. Some people think that Carter 3 is his best album because it won a Grammy, but I would definitely lean more to. I think Carter 2 was his like breaking out part. Like there are a lot of great Lil Wayne songs. Also, he's also a guy that can rap forever. I've seen him in ciphers, and he's an outstanding rapper in his prime. He fell off obviously. Because when people hit the prime that hard, most times, it's gonna be a crash at some point. But between 04 and like 09, I can't say there's a better rapper than Lil Wayne. My favorite album, I just said, is Carter 2. I'm not sure if I have a favorite song, but I didn't really break it down like that today, but he's got a ton of them, and I might get back to him, because I mean, if you want to go to the drought, Dedication 2, he got that freestyle over the Little Brother beat. How can it be? Why can't I think of the record? Can't Stop, Won't Stop. He's got a freestyle over that is like out of this world, and you know, I was in my early 20s, you know, smoking a lot of bud, trying to figure my life out. So, you know, that was, you know, there was a lot of swaggy rap around that time. So I definitely bang with Lil Wayne as number 9. Also been accused of not writing his rhymes low key. That's why he's lower on my list than he would be. Remember, he had the thing with Gilly the Kid.
Yep.
I was gonna bring that up,
which is valid. To me, it's valid. But I felt like after Gilly left him, I'm not sure where he became an alien. He's got another song called "I Feel Like Flying" that's about drugs, and it really let me know how like he really was really on drugs, like a lot of drugs. And he explains. You can tell in that particular song. I Feel Like Flying is a very interesting song from Lil Wayne. I think everybody should listen to it. I think it's a good song. I'm dead serious. I might listen. I'm not a proponent of like, you know, doing the lean and the coke and you know, smoke a little weed here and there, but like he really puts you inside the mind of somebody who's really, really high. It's called I Feel Like Flying. And I would definitely check it out. So,
I'm gonna have to check it out. And the funny thing is with Wayne is whenever I heard a guest verse on somebody who I did fuck with, it was dope. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just couldn't get past the Hot Boy shit. Vince, what you got up next at number 9?
All right. Before I get into that, the chosen one was the joint by OC that was my favorite.
Okay.
All right, so number 9, we'll go with Nas. And we're going to talk about Illmatic and how dope Illmatic was. And the favorite joint will be One Love. So Nas comes in at number 9.
That's it.
Nasir.
Favorite song, favorite verse, anything? Nothing?
My favorite song is One Love.
One Love.
Just that whole thing, yeah.
All right, no doubt. Porsche, you got it number 9.
I got KRS-One at number 9.
Cloak and Dagger. That's number 9.
And my favorite, and well, obviously, like the reason KRS is, I just think he's fantastic at everything. He meets, I think, everybody's criteria for a dope MC. And my favorite albums, I couldn't really pick one, so I got Next and the self-titled album. But my favorite song of his is Step Into a World, and I love everything about that song. I could listen to it literally on repeat forever, and I just like I like every word, every verse. So couldn't pick just one.
All right, no doubt. Nick, who's your number 9?
KRS. Like you said, he meets all the criteria. Great MC, got the distinctive voice. You know, he don't sound like nobody. When you hear him, you know it's KRS-One. He had a hell of a run from, you know, starting with BDP on to the solo shit. You know what I mean? Favorite album would be, what's the second one? I always mess up the title. Any Means Necessary. That joint. Illegal Business would be my favorite song. Then we go to the solo KRS outside of BDP. It would be the Return of the Boom Bap album and the Mortal Thought joint that Premier produced. That's my favorite off of that one.
All right, no doubt. Who you got at number 9? Who you got at number 9?
You know, I don't really have my list in like no. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you breaking up. We got you.
Can you hear me, bro? Yo.
We lost him?
Yeah, we lost him. All right.
Can y'all see me?
I see you.
Okay.
Still here, good brother. You still here, good brother. Number 8. My number 8 is the joint I tweeted out earlier in the week. I got a dark horse. Some people may look at sideways, but I'm going to go with it, man. I'm going to just, you know, sometimes in life you got to say fuck it and go with it. I'm going with Greg Nice at number 8, man.
Greg Nice. Yo.
Greg Nice, man. You know this. Now, I'm joking, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I ain't
I ain't gonna lie. I was just like, you know.
I was waiting for the favorite verse. I'm like, what's the favorite verse going to be?
Nah, but this is my dark horse. And I probably, lately, man, and here's the thing I love about y'all, man, is that I listen to everything that y'all say, man. You know what I mean? And I really learn a lot from all of y'all, and I appreciate it. Just from my Nas epiphany last week to now, I had another epiphany when I posted something. And I got to go with number 8 with Foul March, man. You know?
Yes, Q, I'm so proud of you.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm making people proud out here. But for years, Pharaoh, he was always in my 11 to 20. But the other day, like I was like, yo, quiet as kept. Pharaoh may have the dopest discography in hip hop. I mean, when you look at this joint, internal.
Yes.
Now we including the organized compute because he only got
And,
four solos.
right, I'm about to get with that too, but you got Internal Affairs. Not to mention he may have the dopest album covers in hip hop too. That's a whole nother topic right there. You got Internal Affairs, you got Desire, you got the War joint, and then you got the PTSD joint. You know what I mean? When you think about it, Pharaoh may be the only MC who was in a group who left to go on to have a successful solo career that a lot of people could say was actually better than the group.
Better than the group.
You know what I mean? And you don't find too many people like that. Like nobody's gonna tell you. I love Big Boy, but Big Boy's not gonna have a better run than Outkast. You know what I mean? And or nothing like that. I mean, if you go back to the organized stuff, you talking 1991. To 2018, like he's still here. Like this dude is working on an album now that I can't. Yeah. You're talking 23 plus years, flawless discography. I mean, I just think Pharaoh's a monster, and I think more cats need to have him in their top 10 because he gives you everything. I mean, storytelling joint. He has a joint. Is it on Desire? That's just crazy. The trilogy joint. The trilogy. Yeah. Never heard trilogy. You got the storytelling. My favorite song will probably be Simon Says because that shit was just crazy when I heard it.
It was.
Yeah, I was at the radio station. I was still at EAA, and we would just play that beat. We played it over and over and over again. I just hated that I had to play the edited version because it don't have the same oomph as Rub on Your Titties.
Right.
And then what I love about him is he's always talking about gun violence. That's the other thing. Like this dude is always from Straight Bullet.
Yep.
Everything that when the guns are drawn, what's the damage, such witty wordplay too. I'm gonna come back to the verse. I just need to find it. But yeah, that's my number 8. That was my dark horse that I don't think a lot of people have Pharaoh in their top 10, but that's me. Yeah.
He'll be in my favorites though.
All right, yeah. What's your number 8? Yao G's.
Did we lose Yao?
Might have.
We're losing everybody tonight. All right, Vince, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is gonna be Chuck D.
Okay.
And favorite album is gonna be It Takes a Nation of Millions. But my favorite song is Shut 'Em Down. And the favorite lyric is I testify, my mama cried. Black people died when the other man lied. See, so that's where I'm at with it. So Chuck D comes in at number 8.
No doubt. That's a good pick. Porsche, number 8.
Pharaoh Monch. Yeah, I won't go through it. You named absolutely everything. I love Pharaoh. I put him on every list I can. Every track is dope as hell. And obviously Internal Affairs is my favorite album. And again, I don't have a favorite song. All of them are dope as hell. Every single verse, every line. So yeah.
All right, no doubt. Nick, who's your number 8?
Number 8 is Nas. And I have to let people know this is greatest versus favorites, 2 different lists. So he's higher on my favorite list, but we're doing the greatest rappers. So I have Nas at number 8. And the reason he's kind of low, I've been riding with his music a lot this year, just going over his whole discography, and it's pretty spotty, man. It's pretty spotty, but can't deny he got, in my opinion, 2 bulletproof classic albums. The album number 1 and 2, Illmatic, it was written. He did push lyricism forward once it kind of got a little. Well, like when Onyx came with the Mad Face Invasion and everybody kind of got on that style, Nas kind of smoothed it back out with the flow, with the vocabulary, and you can see what cats kind of came along with that after the Illmatic dropped. Just a supreme wordsmith. That can't be denied. No matter how whack you think his production may be, the man can out rap pretty much anybody, in my opinion. Favorite album, it was written. Favorite song, to me, is going to always be It Ain't Hard to Tell, just because that's the first song I heard as a 14-year-old, made me a fan. So, yeah.
All right, no doubt. And the lyric that I wanted to say real quick that always got me is off of Damage. And he says, before displaying some of my various tattoos, Trayvon, the Oscar award-winning Ayanna Jones, Hey Sean. And I know what I'm saying doesn't put it into play like that, but when you hear it, it took me a while to get, the Trayvon, the Oscar, for Oscar Grant, and Ayanna Jones, Hey Sean, talking about Sean Bell and Queens, and the way he just put that whole thing together. Just trust me, if you've never heard Pharoah Monch, please listen to anyone. I don't
master lyricist.
Yeah, I don't care which one you grab, just grab one and please listen to it. My number 7 is Common Sense from the City of Wind. 1992 to basically, for me at least, 2014. I mean, he's still rhyming, not really enjoying it, but for me, he's had 22 years on top. I think he's shown the longevity. He's definitely made classic songs from I Used to Love Her to Retrospect for Life with Lauren about the abortion. He's always had dope storytellings, whether it's Testify or Grandmother's a Payback or my favorite songs, and I got to use all 3 of them. Stolen Moments 1 through 3. I thought that was just incredible when I heard One Day It'll All Make Sense, which is my favorite album. Favorite verse from him is probably Hungry off of One Day It'll All Make Sense. The thing I loved about Common is, again, I feel like he kind of checks every box to being an MC. Like, even if you be like, Common, he had that peace person. He always had that hungry, or he always had one joint where he's just going to let you know he still got it. Not to mention on that One Day It'll All Make Sense, he had Cannabis on there too, with making a name for ourselves when cannabis was cannabis. So, which is kind of dope. Which showed me too, he ain't ducking wreck, which my teens call that when you really don't want to fight somebody. Y'all can tell I've been in DC too long, but Common was never ducking wreck. Like he'd get on a track with, somebody dope, or Black Thought would always say, cats don't want to get on track with me because they know I'm a body them. And Common has been on various tracks with Black Thought. So I always say, that's my number 7 pick. So you got?
For number 7 for me is the Pharoah Monch.
Okay.
And, pretty much for all the same reasons everybody said before. Favorite album is The Internal Affairs. Favorite track off that album is The Light, which I think Common's already is on there too. So you got 2, really good MCs going back and forth on that. And he's got a storytelling joint that I always like off of the Sound Bomb, and I think maybe Volume 1, and it's a song called Mayor. And it's like an assassination story of the mayor. I always thought that was a really good story by him. So, there's nothing you can say that could take anything off of Monch. Monch has influenced several other MCs. He's been in the game for a long time. And that's why I put him at number 7.
All right, no doubt. Another thing about Monch, if cats haven't seen it, y'all gotta go to YouTube and watch the Clap video. That video is bananas. It's like a movie. You know what I'm saying? So if you've never seen Clap, go check that out. Very dope video. Porsche, who's your number 7?
Raekwon. I got Ray at number 7, and the reason for that is basically his, like, everything, really. Storytelling, delivery, cadence, flow, like lyrics, every content, like everything is so dope whenever Ray's on a joint. I love it. And Only Built for Cuban Links is my favorite album in hip hop, period. So of course, that's gonna obviously be my favorite album. And then my favorite track of his is Incarcerated Scarfaces. And that's just because that's the first one I sort of like heard and loved. And that's really what made me love the album so much anyway. So
yeah. Incarcerated Scarface is my favorite Ray joint too. Nick, what you got at number 7, man?
Number 7, I'm gonna go with Ice Cube. This is pre-Don Mega, you know what I mean? Pre-Don Mega Cube. We're talking NWA. We saw how their lyrics changed once he left the group. America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, the Kill It Will EP, The Predator, and even Lethal Injection. That's an album I always kind of said I ain't like too much, but I've gone back to that recent years, and it's pretty solid too. Not America's Most Wanted Death Certificate level, but it's still a good ass album. So he checks all the boxes as well, especially in that period. Gave us the Lynch Mob, which the Gorillas in the Mist album was dope. Gave you Content. He was pretty much the street CNN, you know what I mean? Yeah, and he was one of my favorite rapper at one point. So yeah, Cube is my number 7. The only reason he's lower is due to the fall off later in the career.
Right.
And that's due to his focus on making movies and stuff.
Right. Funny thing is, I said that about Monch at first, but Cube is the one who definitely left the group and did better than better on the Dolo tip or whatever.
Oh yeah, favorite album, Death Certificate, favorite song, Bird in the Hand. So
okay.
That's what we rolling with Cube.
All right, no doubt. Yeah, we missed you for your number 8 and your number 7, John.
Number 8, I'm gonna roll with Tupac. As much as it pains me to say.
You a Porsche gonna throw blows by the end of the day.
Right?
I see your face again.
I'm holding back tears.
The DM's like, yo, what the?
Look, man. Look, man. Look.
Hey, here's the thing, man. From working in the hood, I've learned that you always gotta make something positive. At least Pac makes his list. He ain't even on.
Listen. Only reason why I remembered him was because I didn't put him on my 11 through 20 list, and I was like, okay, I owe that guy a little bit of respect. Let me show some respect. Tupac, obviously, legendary poet, rapper, artist. He's got great. The catalog speaks for itself. I can't say anything about the catalog. He actually. As far as double albums, I think Biggs is better, but he has a lot of joints, battle tested, always willing to go and battle whoever, say whatever to whoever, which sometimes vexes me a little bit. That's neither here nor there. My favorite song is "Keep Your Head Up" from Pac, and then after that will probably be. I think that's the one. That's actually. So "Keep Your Head Up" was actually one of the first tape singles I ever bought with my own money. Like with the Sam Goody, they had it for $1.49, or was the case maybe. It was one of the first. The reason why Tupac is so low on my list is because I do not think he is a phenomenal MC. I think he has a tendency to just rhyme words sometimes. A lot of his music sounds dated. I don't think he has classic records, obviously, but the majority.
I'm sorry, but Porsche,
Dated? Oh my God, Pac's on my list. I'll get to that. I'll wait.
He high on my list.
When I say that, I say this, and this is gonna say, and then listen, don't kill me for this, but I feel like more of Big's music, and maybe this is me being biased, but more of Big's music sounds like he went in the studio yesterday and made it, as opposed to Pac's. Pac's music, especially his beat selection and his production, even his voice and his cadence and his flow, sound very 93 to 95. And there's nothing anybody can even say to even dispute that for me. You know what I mean? But I feel like because, and I'll get to Big later because, Big, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, and like I said, I feel like Big's flow and his delivery have stood the test of time more than Tupac. So that's why Pac is so low on my list. I have to give him his credit because he is I always say this, I'm from Ghana, and I remember a time when I went to Ghana when I was probably 20 to go visit my parents, 21. There were 4 pictures that they were selling on the side of the road, 4 paintings. It was Nelson Mandela, it was Kwame Nkrumah, it was Malcolm X, and it was Tupac. Those are the four that he was selling. So that always let me know like how much of a reach and how much like of an impact and how iconic he really was. But as far as MCs and rapping, you know, got to, you know, put him down low on the list, and most people have him. So that's my bit on Pac.
All right, no doubt. Did you do your? That was 8.
He got to do 7 too. Yeah, he got to do his number 7.
Oh, who I got for 7? Hold on, let's see who I got 7. Andre 3 Stacks is at my 7. Only reason why he's even low on this list is because he doesn't have a solo album. But we had the whole episode about Stacks in this very podcast that we're in right now, and I think one of the things that I explained was Stacks, as far as every single aspect of rapping, he is absolutely great at. There's nothing he doesn't do at like a very, very, very high level. Almost in like the LeBron sense. Like if you want to talk about bars, like metaphors, he has those. If you want to talk about flow, he has those. If you want to talk about cadence and creativity and like voice inflection, he's got that. If you want to talk about storytelling, he's got that. If you want to talk about poignant, important, like culture, like visual rhymes, he does all of that at a very, very high level. It's even arguable that as far as skill wise, he's the most skilled MC of all time. If you really want to break it down to the nitty gritty, he is really that great at rhyming. He's phenomenal. So my favorite verse from Stacks is on the intro on Idlewild. Honestly, that's my favorite verse from him. My favorite song. You know what? I'll do 2 because obviously you can't do just Dre. I mean, just Dre and not include Big Boy. So my favorite song from them, I'll say, is Joint on Idlewild. First song on Idlewild. Don't ask me why. It always resonated. And my favorite verse ever from Stacks is the feature on Sleepy Brown's record. That was we broke it down. I think we all had it as like our first verse we wanted to mention on that show. I know me and Kill had a discussion about it. So Stacks, it's my number 7.
Yeah. Now I feel you on Stacks. Nick schooled me, and I kind of follow behind him with the whole, if you don't have a solo album out and you're part of a group, you can't crack my top 10. You know what I mean? And that's the only reason why 3000 wouldn't crack my top 10.
He was on the last show for me.
Yeah. All right, so my number 6, I'm going to go with someone that Nick and me always go back and forth about. It's very controversial, Nick. I'm going with Big Daddy Kane. You know what I mean? Nick always asks me, Kill, OG, how the fuck does this nigga reign so high in so many people's lists when he's only had 2 albums? Like, how does that happen? Or whatever like that. And like I was explaining to Nick, and I was saying this to a lot of people early on the timeline, is that with so much rap with the mid to late 80s was about 12 inches. You know what I mean? And it was about, like Yao said, that's why I could grasp onto that, having classic songs, not just always classic albums. My old head, who's older than me, said T-Lo Rock is in his top 10. And I was like, yo, how? Like, the nigga don't have a dope album. And he was just like, it's yours. Like, period. Period. Like, the nigga did It's Yours. He's top 10, you know? So, in his days, a 12-inch was the album. You know what I mean? So, we got to understand that Kane, I mean, yeah, this joint came out.
That's 88, though. That's 88, 89.
Right, but this joint, Long Live the Kane, came out in 88, but you got to remember the 12-inch of Raw probably came out late 86. You know what I mean? And you could literally live off a 12-inch. You could live off of one song for a minute back. So you got
look at his contemporaries. KRS-One, then Rakim, Cool G Rap. They got classic. They kept going.
G-Rap dropped in 89. But here's the thing about Kane for me. Kane, to me, was, I want to say, like, Kane is more Jay and maybe, Rakim is more Nas. They're 2 totally different MCs. You know what I'm saying? So to me, Kane, I can't remember who came first, the chicken or the egg. Rakim, I can't remember what I heard first. I'm just letting you know that Raw and Set It Off, those 2 12 inches was enough to almost solidify that man's name and hip hop, royalty just there alone. Then you drop this album. Then you come back with, and I personally think this is his best album. I prefer this album over the Long Live the Kane.
Same here.
And it may be an Illmatic type thing where, it's less songs on here, more songs on here, but I just felt like another Victory, Mortal Kombat show. I mean, literally every song on here is crazy to me. And so Kane, I just gotta go with him. I get it. He had a lot of duds after this. He was a dude who, and I was saying this on the timeline about, we gotta understand, in the 80s to 90s, hip hop is going through so many different changes. And as an MC, you had to try to keep up with those changes. And some were able to do it a good way. Some weren't able to do it. Somebody will say, well, KRS didn't go with those changes. Well, maybe Jive didn't want to go with those changes. Maybe Cold Chillin' wanted Kane. Maybe Kane, I got to remember Kane I'm 14, 15. I'm thinking Kane my age. Kane may have been 25. You know what I mean? So dude was a little bit older. I remember in the Don't Curse video, he had the silk shirt on with the champagne and niggas was like, yo, what the fuck? But then 4 years later, Jay-Z got the champagne with the silk shirt on and it's cool. You know what I mean? So, Kane was just on his grown man shit while everybody else was rocking polo and jabos and shit, and niggas wasn't ready for that. So, again, I just...
Making songs with...
Can I say one thing about Kane?
Please do.
All right, so, obviously, I would say this, I'm younger than y'all. I delved into Kane. Kane is phenomenal. That album is outstanding. First, the debut. Now, last week, I'm not sure if anybody's seen this. Anybody see that Big Daddy Kane has a NPR Tiny Desk concert?
Yeah, I peeped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, he still sounds like he is like in his prime as far as the way he sounds. Still raps like he's in his 20s. So give him, I will give him a lot of credit for that. Because honestly, when I saw Rakim's, I wasn't that impressed. Like Kane sounds like he's out here still performing, still in pocket, still like flowing and still like precision. You know what I mean? And it was very shocking to see. Like Kane has got to be what, 53, maybe?
Yeah. That sounds about right.
55, something like that.
He was born in 60. He was born in 68. So how old is? So he'd be 50. He like right at 50.
You know what I mean? Like Jay's about to be 52 and he'll be 50 next year, which is crazy in itself. But Kane still sounds like he can like deliver an album. I'm just not sure if I wouldn't want to hear an album from him now, but like he sounds like he's still in pocket.
It's the wild part. He had a joint that Marco Polo did with him. Marco Polo chopped up the I'll Be Sure Night and Day. The song is dope as shit. Like on some real shit. Like
so my thing was never that he ain't dope. Okay?
Right.
Like anybody listen to him know that. My thing was how people they knocked Ice Cube for his fall off. But then when it came to Kane, it was like they just forgot about the fall off.
I want to say we never forgot about the fall off, but Kane, for so many people my age, was the originator. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like with Cube, that's 89, 90. You know what I mean? And that's NWA. So it's like when you talking about the people, I say the three people who stopped people from rapping, like, because you got to remember, hip hop went from Yes, Yes, Y'all to OD-ish, Run-ish, Houdini-ish, to then Kane, Rakim,
and them,
and KRS. So I think for him being one of the three people who went, and I always say it's so ironic that, Kumo D beat Busy B because Busy B was still doing the Yes, Yes, Y'all style, and Mo D came with some lyrics. Then you got LL, the young dude, taking out Mo D. So hip hop was always stepping up. So I personally think if he gets a pass for the discography, it's because he was an OG. He was one of those original people, and Cube just wasn't. He wasn't one of the originals. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my take on it. But who do you got at number 6?
Kendrick Lamar. The catalog is outrageous for it to be. I mean, if we're starting from Section 80, a lot of people don't want to start Section 80. Section 80 is an outstanding album.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great too.
It is.
He has a classic album. He might have 2 classic albums when it's all said and done, honestly. Maybe 3. Good Kid, Mad City was the first album I heard. It's probably the only album I've heard in the last 20 years that instantaneously I knew was a classic because of the way it was constructed, with the stories, the production, the rhymes, the story. Like what is taken away a lot from the whole age we're in right now, and with it being so digital and it being so I have to have it now, microwave. People don't construct albums anymore. Like they throw together a bunch of songs, and hopefully that they don't even necessarily even sonically sound cohesive. You know, I think what Kendrick did, and what he's actually done on all four of his albums, is he's had a theme, and he's had the music to go along with the theme, and he's placed his rhymes very strategically throughout each album. So if we're talking 4 albums, we can easily, at the end of the day, if we're looking in 5 years, we could say he has 3 classic albums. I'm not a huge fan of To Pimp a Butterfly. I wouldn't say I'm not a huge fan. I like the album, but the overall, spectrum of people say it's a classic, and I'm honestly, like, if it's not to me, fine, but I'm not in the majority. I'm in minority in that category. People really feel like it's a classic. So you have that album. Damn is an outstanding record. And I think another thing that gets said about Kendrick is that nobody has really ever said his name and tried to battle him. And I think that is like, it's like when you watch football, you have that cornerback that's phenomenal, but nobody throws to his side because they know it could be an interception. They know, like, I got to stay away from it. I think that's very key with Kendrick. For as much as we talk about Drake, Kendrick's been throwing little subliminal shots at Drake for a long time. Drake has never taken the bait, ever. And nobody has, because I don't think anybody really wants it. I think people are really scared of how high his skill level is, and don't want to take the chance of losing in a battle to Kendrick, because it could. He's in that Eminem class of battle. He's in that LL class of battle. Like, don't try it.
The funny thing is even after that Control verse, I remember a lot of New York niggas was like, I think Joel had a response. There's a couple people who had responses, and it just fell by the wayside. Like, it was like people even like forgot. Like, I think it may have got posted on a Monday, and niggas forgot about it on a Tuesday. And like, it was several New York MCs who was like trying to come at Kendrick, and it just
And even in that, what's so fucked about that is that he wasn't even coming at nobody in that verse.
Nope.
I hate how
and they feelings like Drake said.
Like, because I mentioned such and such's name, no, he was making a point. Like, any of you niggas, I'll fry. Any of you, just making a point. Put it out there. It wasn't like I was trying to like disrespect niggas. It was like, I'm trying to be better than all of y'all. And who can fault him for that? You know what I mean? People felt offended, felt away. Oh, I'm the best on the East Coast and the West. It wasn't false at that point.
But at the end of the day, I say Joel Ortiz is an ill MC. For him to make a song that just fell by the wayside, nobody else came for him. So
Joe Budden made a song.
Cassidy
songs.
Cassidy made one too.
Cassidy made one. A couple cats made songs, but I really don't want it with that guy.
Let's talk about the thing about the Control verse. I've never even heard nothing after that. I ain't never heard JLX part. I just listened after Kendrick. He was like, turn it off. But let me get back at you. We need your 8, 7, and 6. Who's your number 8?
Okay, you're gonna take me from there. I'll probably say the Guru. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good, big?
Okay. Hey, I'm happy to be here, man. But word up. But the Guru, I would say, man, and I say that because his delivery was smooth, even though he had the monotone style. It was the voice, and I think he had a song called "It's Mostly the Voice." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hard to earn.
Favorite album from Guru, I would say, is Daily Operation, man. That's like my joint, man. That takes me back to my Morgan days. You know what I mean, Kill?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And my favorite song, actually, I got Guru got a lot of songs. Gangstar got a lot of shit, and I also like Guru because of his Premier. You know what I'm saying? Like he got the best. The hottest nigga in the world doing his track, doing his beats. They were like the illest combination, man. But favorite song by Guru is Soliloquy of Chaos.
Yeah. Dope.
You know what I mean? That's like my all-time favorite joint by Guru because again, it's storytelling. He telling
Very
the ill
vivid.
story. You could fucking see every line, every bar in that shit. You know what I'm saying? He had on the bass 10s with two-tone leather. You know what I mean? He was killing that. You know what I'm saying? And another song I fuck with Guru. It wasn't like a major hit, but it's a song called "Bust Your Shit." I think that was on
Daily Operation too.
That was a Daily Operation. Yo, another song, mad bravado, mad braggadocious, and it's like he's having fun. I think it sounds like he's freestyling over the shit. My favorite line in there is when he says some shit like, "I'll slide up to a crab MC like this, tap him in the head with my mic like this," and you hear the mic fucking tapping. Yo, that shit is fucking crazy. So. Yeah, that's my number 8.
Let me say something real quick on that, Gnu. The crazy thing about
what up?
is that me being a producer and being a big Premier's fan, I never really heard Guru until after he passed. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is that anytime Gangstar came on, I'm listening for the beat first.
Yeah, what Premier was
right. Yeah, well, because
I knew the rhymes, I knew all of that. But when he passed, like that's when I was able to say, you know what? Let me put the beat to the side. And even though I could know the lyrics word for word, it didn't really hit me on how dope he was. You know what I mean?
I knew it.
With the rhymes, but that's crazy. And then the other story, did you ever hear the time? I think it was a joint. I forgot the name of it. I think it was off the White Men Can't Jump soundtrack. I don't know if it's Now Your Mind or something, but it was.
Yeah, that's it.
It was some
My hand was precise. Some shit was saying. Talking about
but
basketball.
Right, but Premier was saying how that was about him. He was dissing Premier.
Really?
The Premier were beefing, and he said, Premier said, Guru went in the joint, put the booth on, folded his arms, looked at me the whole time and read the rhyme out, hit stop, the headphones off, like, fuck you, nigga, and walked out.
Yeah? So I never heard that.
I heard that one.
Yeah.
That's hip-hop, man. That's fucking hip-hop.
Yeah, that's hip-hop. But, all right, so what's your number 7?
Number 7, I'm in no particular order, man, but another great MC to me, I would say, is Busta Rhymes. Is like, you know, when I'm out, you know, he ain't number 1, but he close. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, not really the best storyteller. Even though he does have joints where he does attempt, but just his delivery, cadence, animation. Yo, he's just like rapid fire. He could rhyme fast. He could cool out and lay back and rhyme slow. You know what I'm saying? Favorite songs by Busta. Favorite album I would say by Busta is When Disaster Strikes. Lot of joints on there. He's another cat that he comes out, his albums. He don't have a lot of bangers. He'll have like 5 joints on there that's really, really tight, and then the rest kind of be like but it's still Busta, man. So you still fuck with it. But my favorite song by Busta, I would say, is what's that joint? Draw My Joint. That's like that one and Rhymes Galore. Those two I would say are like my favorite. You know, just to hear, because the beat is hard. He's fucking spitting crazy. So, yeah.
All right, no doubt. The thing, an album a lot of people sleep on, The Big Bang. That joint.
Oh, yeah.
That was a tight one.
Fire.
It was crazy. And the other thing about Busta, he got mad styles. Even the joint he did with Q-Tip over that, oh, God, what's that joint?
Over that Dilla beat?
I want to thank you. Over the...
Oh, yeah. Kick Free.
Yeah, he tears that down. But, all right, I don't even know where I'm at. I think... Vince, are we at your number 6 or number 5?
Yeah, 6.
All right, what you got at 6?
I'm gonna go with Master Ace.
Wow.
Nice.
I mean, buku good albums in my opinion. Part of one of the original crews in hip hop, Juice Crew. Favorite album from Ace, I would say, is the Long Hot Summer album. That was like, I guess you could say it's kind of like a concept album. I think the whole thing is like one story, if I remember correctly. It's all ties in together.
Yeah.
And the favorite joint off of that album, I would say, is Good Old Love. Good Old Love is my favorite joint off that album. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Master Ace at number 6.
All right, no doubt. Portia, you got your number 6 spot.
Ghostface. And I got Ghostface because, well, he's everything. Storytelling. I love Ghost's like voice. It's quite unique. I like his cadence, flow, like the delivery is on point. Storytelling's great. Iron Man's my favorite album of his, but Cherchez La Ghost is my favorite song. So, yeah.
No doubt. Next,
Porsche.
Nick, got your number 6.
Number 6, LL Cool J.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't deny the battle tested. I think you already spoke on the battle tested longevity. I mean, this dude was going gold and platinum in 3 different decades. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of those cats because you want the ladies to love you. He had that, but then you wanted the dudes to respect your rhyme. That was LL in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? He was like the complete package.
Yeah, no doubt.
So favorite album, Mama Said Knock You Out. Actually, my favorite song by L is the Pink Cookies remix.
Yeah,
that's my
that's
Pink,
me. The remix.
That
was fire.
Yeah. So
word.
Yeah.
That Moby remix, and then the
man,
crazy too. The video was crazy too. I don't know if y'all saw this. Moby had posted a minute ago. He was saying how after that joint dropped, I think he said Maddie C from The Source was chilling with him, and he was like, "Yo, Havoc wants to know where you got that sample from because they want to fuck with it."
And they became Give Up the Goods.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought it was dope because normally you'd be like, "Nah, nigga, don't fucking use no shit I use." You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, here's the joint. Let them fuck with it or whatever like that. So I thought that was dope too. All right, so we're now at number 5, I want to say. So my number 5, KRS-One. I can't tell you. Down Productions, Criminal Minded. This album, 1986. Every summer of my life, from first grade to probably 8th grade, I spent in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. This played so much with Red Alert, the Bridge Wars, South Bronx. I can't explain to you how much I love this album. The fact this dude is just on the back, Scott LaRock. I mean, this was just it for me. This is like
gangster
changing albums, yo. When Scott LaRock died, yo, man, that's the hardest hip hop death. Probably Sean P is probably next, but that Scott LaRock one really threw me for a while. A lot of people don't even have this. The man in his music. It's a lot of B-sides and remixes and joints that never came out. And like Nick said, when he dropped this joint, like you know it. When I heard My Philosophy, it was a rap. Then I got this album. It was just like, yo, this nigga Illegal Business, Jimmy, part-time sucker. Yo, I travel New York, but I travel the world by mostly plane. I travel New York by the crab or the cane. I mean, the train. You know, I'm just saying, they say, why would you want to ride the train? But I don't care as long as I get.
I was like,
yo, man, this dude stopped the violence. You're slipping. I mean, God, man. I can't say, you know, the blueprint was cool. You know, the production started to change. That always grabbed me was the production. He just recently gave D Nice props for producing this. A lot of people don't know Said G from Ultra helped
produce that one. Yeah, I heard that. Now, did he help? Because I heard that they came across his drums or they came across some.
Here's the rumor that Marley had left some of his drum reels. Back in the day in the studio, you had reels. So Marley was like, I left my drum reels in the studio that they use, so they use my drum. So that's one story. Said G, if you buy the book I'm always talking about, Check the Technique, they have a whole 20-page breakdown on how Criminal Minded was made. Basically, Said G was like the only producer in the Bronx with a SP12. You know what I mean? So if you wanted beats, you was going to Said G, especially if you was in the Bronx. So, you know, Said G producing this, D Nice producing this. I think after that, KRS really tried his hand at production, which I really don't think was his forte. Because I definitely wasn't feeling edutainment.
No, that was alright.
Yeah,
it was cool, but
Dollar was the one I really wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it as a whole. But then again, like what y'all said earlier, when he came back with Return of the Boom Bap,
DJ Premier,
and he got some other producers in pocket. That's when he came back. So I got KRS favorite song. My philosophy was probably poetry. What's up, y'all?
Alright.
Well, I'm sorry, my fault. Somebody just sent me a clip of Melo just breaking a jump shot, and I could not contain myself when I saw it. I apologize.
No, jump shot. Well, he ain't gonna be in Atlanta for long, so
Yeah, I hope not.
out of that. Vince, who you got for your number 5?
Number 5, I got Cool J.
Okay.
Cool J, number 5. For all the same reasons y'all already said, he got hits in every decade. I mean, he was the face of Def Jam by itself, pretty much for a long time. Favorite album, I'm gonna go with the debut, Radio. Favorite song is the original Rock the Bells, not the one that's on the album. I'm talking about the one with the cowbells. That one. That's the Cool J I wish would have kept going all the way through. I'm greedy.
You heard that before? You heard that before? You got that?
What, the one with the cowbells?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, you need to. I ain't never heard it. I
never heard that?
I just heard rumors about it. I never heard it, though.
Oh, man.
I just heard rumors about it.
Send it.
Not to me.
Yeah, you got to send that to everybody.
Yeah.
Cool J was going straight for almost seven and a half
Yeah.
minutes.
And here's the background on that for people who don't know. We did a show, what was it? What Ifs? Hip Hop What Ifs. Basically what it was is Run and L always had a little back and forth. So rocking the bells back in the park jams was when you was rocking, Take Me to the Mardi Gras, which became Peter Piper. So Run heard that L was going to do the joint Rock the Bell, so then he snatched it, and that's how Run DMC came out with Peter Piper. You know what I mean? So the original Rock the Bells is him over Mardi Gras. But I just always...
Hold on. All right, well, maybe I've said that wrong, but it's not... What I'm talking about is not Mardi Gras. It's the one with the... It's cowbells. It's bells. It's not Mardi Gras.
Send it to me regardless, because I've never heard it, so I want to hear it.
Two different versions out there. I ain't heard that.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if he ever recorded the original Rock the Bells. You know what I mean? Because that was just some shit that they would play in the parks back and forth to have people rhyme over. So they said when an MC would be like, "What you want to rhyme over?" We'd be like, "Yo, I want to rock the bells," which meant play Mardi Gras. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
Don't anybody ever say y'all don't learn nothing on this show.
Fact.
True.
Somebody gonna tweet me like, "I knew that nigga." And everybody ain't know that, but yeah. So that's a little tip there. All right, Porsche, who's your number 5?
Jay-Z. I got Hove at number 5. Jay's
Now
also.
Now I'm gonna look at Yao's face.
Hey, listen. I got no problem with you putting Jay at number 5. I have no problem at all. Go ahead. I want to hear your assessment though as to why.
Well, Jay is exactly, again, he's one of those rappers who's he meets every single one of my criterias, and I think everybody's in terms of even discography, which a lot of people don't even consider. He's got longevity, he's got discography, he's got dope flow, cadence. He's kind of like an all-around really dope MC in any regard. So, I mean, storytelling, not so much. Like, I don't go to Jay for storytelling, but I guess 444 would be that, I guess, on some level.
Yeah, Meet the Parents joint.
Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
My man, Nick.
Yeah, I guess.
He had to show cats real quick.
Like he's just got everything. I guess Moment of Clarity would be a storytelling in some way as well. So to me, Jay is an all-around, like, very well-rounded MC in every regard. And I've seen Jay at every single concert that he's been in Vancouver, and he's dope. Except for 444, he's been amazing every single time. So he's just great in every way. My favorite album, I can't pick just one. It's like a tie between Black Album, Reasonable Doubt, and American Gangster, but not in that order. And my favorite track would be Moment of Clarity. Yeah, what do you got to say?
I was happy. I'm happy, man. We agree on something for tonight. I'm happy.
All right, Nick, who you got your number 5?
5 would be Scarface, the true king of the South. And that's another cat, man. Just a long, timeless discography dating back to the Ghetto Boys in 88, 89. We put out like a dope album maybe 2 years ago with Deeply Rooted. I mean,
it was good.
Yeah, like he's just a solid. I think he gets slept on because he's not the most lyrical cat, but he does have that distinctive voice, and he just makes great songs. Probably one of the first rappers to speak openly about depression and being paranoid and all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Scarface. Favorite album would be The Diary.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite song would actually be. It's tough, man. I think I'm gonna go with the title track, the "Last of a Dying Breed," like the closing track on that album. If you haven't listened to that yet, check it out.
All right, no doubt. I'm looking at something. I'm not mad at this. They gave Ben Simmons an 87 on 2K19. I'll take that.
You enjoy yourself with that.
I will take that. I'll take that. Good at your number 5.
Oh, me?
Yeah, Gnu. Gnu.
Did we lose him?
Damn.
Lost.
Nah, there you go.
Me, Gnu?
Yeah, you're number 5.
Oh, okay. No, but first I want to. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Can you hear me?
It's like the new talking himself right off the show. Like he was good for a minute.
Oh,
man.
he's gone. We
Lost
lost
him.
him.
All right, well.
All right, so we have the 4. Before I'm going with the guy Rakim, one of the originators who, changed lyric. Like I said, Rakim, KRS, and Kane are my 3 people who changed the game. I mean, when I heard my melody, I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Every time, Rakim just kept giving me these what the fuck moments. Like, I'd hear my melody, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Then everybody's present, yo, what the fuck? Then, you got soul. I'm like, yo, this dude is just on a roll, on its ear. Move the crowd. I mean, Paid in Full is what it is, the classic. I won't hold you. I wasn't the biggest Follow the Leader fan because I liked it. The song was cool, but again, I've always been about the beat. And to me, like, the production just went down from Paid in Full. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But still, the God MC, Microphone Fiend was incredible. I remember.
Yeah. Microphone Fiend. Yeah, Follow the Leader, Microphone Fiend, and Lyrics of Fury back to back.
Yeah, those 3 were bangers. And again, just to me, the production just was. I don't know if it was like when I listened to those 3 and I listened to, I Know You Got Soul, Eric B. and Rakim. I mean, Eric B. for President, and I Ain't No Joke. I guess it just sounded darker. You know what I mean? It sounded darker for me, and let the rhythm hit them. Like, but again, no knock. I mean, I love all of them. Mahogany, like Rakim is just the God MC. So, I mean, and then when he came back with It's Been a Long Time, like, I wasn't in love with the whole album, but I always wanted the Rakim and Premier album 94s because I always felt like those 2 just had some magic on there. So, I always, so the God MC is number 4. Yeah, who's your number 4?
So, I didn't do my number 5 yet, but I did.
My bad.
All good. So number 5, I got Kanye West.
Okay.
We'll talk about him a little bit, honestly. Kanye, here. So what I realized, the next 5 people on my list, as far as the top like pillars of hip hop, like game changers, era changers, time changers, right? And I think Kanye would probably, honestly, he'd probably be higher on my list if he wrote his own rhymes, but the impact is too strong. College Dropout gave an entire genre of kids, like a new other kids, a voice in hip hop. Like, it gave the regular kid, the regular college kid, regular kid who grew up in the suburbs, let to go to college, who didn't necessarily relate to selling drugs and busting your gun and being on the block. Like, I know I grew up in a fairly affluent home, in Woodbridge, New Jersey. So there were a lot of kids like me that loved hip hop, but there was nobody really out there, at least on the mainstream side, that we really related to. I think at that point, I think the rap that was out, the rappers that were out was something that we aspired to be because we were so interested in like their character and like I always say, like, them dudes are superheroes to us. We wanted to know about them, and Kanye kind of like brought some like, oh, there's regular people who rap too. You know what I mean? And it kind of took it to the next level. Like when College Dropout came out, I was in college. I was finishing college, so it's like that time was very poignant. It kind of just correlates with what Kanye was at. You know what I mean? As far as the music really correlated from where I was at in my life. My favorite Kanye album, it's so tough. My favorite Kanye album is probably Late Registration. I think it's the album that he performed best lyrically on, and that's always been very important. I deem it a classic. It's got a lot of records. We Major's a great record that's on there. The joint with Jay, Diamonds Are Forever is on there. Mentioned Late, the new Mentioned Late earlier, the song Late, which is one of my favorite songs ever. I just posted a little lyric on Facebook about it the other day. But my favorite song ever from Kanye West ever is I Wonder, and that's on the Graduation album. That song, I don't know. It's for me. It's probably my top 5 songs that I love to listen to every time. And there's not a time that I hear it that I don't listen to it twice. It's just a very, very empowering song. There's also a very different song for Kanye. If you listen to the rhyme scheme in that song, it's like he says one bar and just lets the music go for another bar, and it comes back to the bar. It was like an 8-bar verse, but within a 16-bar range. And it was just so like, it was very, very simple, but like, he used the music to speak, to spread the message. Like, it was very simple, the lines he was saying. It was very empowering, very inspirational. And like I said, I listened to it twice. Every single time it comes on shuffle, I never skip it, and I play it twice because it's just kind of one of those songs that was like a pillar in my life. So Kanye would be my number 4.
All right, no doubt. Ye would have definitely.
It's Kanye. Nothing after My Beautiful Twisted. I can't really deem anything after that. I can't really get down with anything like that. So, for obvious reasons, but
that's where I'm at with it.
No Life of Pablo.
Nope.
It's all right.
It got some
Pablo,
points. It got some.
You know what it is? So the funny thing about Pablo for me is Pablo was good when I heard it. It didn't. As short as the time has been, it hasn't aged well to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't enjoy listening to it.
I feel you. I mean,
he kept
it's post Kardashian. It's post Kardashian curse, so it is with it. Vince, what's your number 4?
I'm go with Coogee Rap at number 4.
Okay.
I mean, Coogee Rap. I mean, from the Juice Crew, Coogee Rap's one of the. I mean, he got one of the sickest flows that I've ever heard on record. Coogee Rap, he's got at least I'd say about 3 classic albums, probably, to me. All right, yeah, I'll do that. Road to the Riches is good. The what is it, Live and Let Die or whatever, that one was good.
The Wanted Dead or Alive joint.
Yeah, Wanted Dead or Alive, yeah. The song, I'm gonna go with Men at Work. I think that's just G-Rap just going bonkers. Yeah. Men at Work would be like the track that I would choose to show his lyrical prowess, so to speak. So G-Rap is my number 4.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember I was in my man's school basement on my block and we was listening to it. And we was just like, yo, where the fuck is this nigga gonna stop rapping? Like, he was rhyming 45 bars. Like, it was like we had never heard nothing like that before. You just keep going. But yeah, I definitely feel you. Porsche, who's your number 4?
Rakim. And again, Kill, you named kind of everything. God MC, it's undeniable. His technique, the mechanics of his lyrics, everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off, but I will forget this. Y'all know my brain. I posted something last week after our last show, that YouTube joint I told y'all to check out, that Rakim wrote My Melody in 1984 when he was like 16. Like,
yeah. I remember that footage. Yeah.
Unbelievable right there. Like, the fact that in 1984 niggas was rhyming like Friends, like 5 minutes of funk, and yo, that's mind blowing to me. But I'm sorry.
I was 16, you know what I'm saying?
16, yeah. But I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, so exactly all of those reasons. And I really like every album. I don't love the 18th Letter, but I like everything with Eric B and Rakim. I don't have really a favorite. I just love whenever Rakim's on a track, period. And then my favorite would be Lyrics of Fury. So.
All right, no doubt. Nick, what's your number 4?
Number 4, Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace, rest in peace. He check all the boxes. Great voice, great delivery, classic albums. The only reason he's at number 4 is he unfortunately he got taken away from us early. You know what I'm saying? He was only 24, so he didn't really get a chance to put out a lot of product. But the music that he gave us was great. You know what I'm saying? He was like the opposite of Pac, because Pac just recorded. Like Pac, I'm gonna get into Pac because he's higher on my list, so I'll save that. But Biggie, favorite album is Ready to Die. Favorite song for me is The Long Kiss Goodnight. You know what I'm saying? I was shocked that some people don't like that song. You know what I'm saying?
Fonte said he ain't like the song.
Yeah. Fonte, little brother. He said it was trash. I was like, what?
Yeah. Hey, just 'cause you a great MC, don't
Exactly. Yeah, it's on video. Long Kiss Goodnight over any Fonte joint. Say it like that.
All right, I'm gonna go through my last 3 real quick. I got Nas coming in at number 3, 94 to 2018, 24 years in the game. I mean, from the second I heard him at barbecue, I went to hell for snuffing Jesus. I mean, I didn't even grow up in a church, and I wouldn't say that line for years. Like, I wouldn't even say that shit. Like, yo, and then he came with them waving automatic guns at nuns.
It's like
nigga like a devil worshiper. I thought it was
for real.
Of course, Illmatic. It was written. His discography is spotty. I think he actually is the worst MC ever at picking beats. But he's dope. He is what he is. Number 2, I'm going with Jay. We're going 1996 to 2017, 21 years in the game. Reasonable Doubt, an incredible album. Blueprint, again, spy discography, at least in my opinion. Black Album is great. American Gangster is probably now my favorite. For what he is. Big is my number 1. Anybody who already knew me knows these top 3. Even though it was only 93 to 97, 4-year span. What a lot of people, young cats, may not understand is the mixtape circuit back then. You know what I mean? Big mixtapes. I mean, I was in a barbershop one day and the cat was like, we was arguing Tupac or Biggie. And my man was like, yo, I'm gonna get my best of Big out the car. I was like, nah, my nigga, just stay there. Let me get my best of Big. Because he had that old bullshit, Aris the best of Big. You know, my best of Big was the mixtape. People don't know about Come On, Motherfucker, Come On with Sadat X.
What's up?
That's what I'm talking about. Dreams of fucking
the real version, not the one not the Born Again version.
Not that, the real version. Like, Big had so many joints, and the thing is, I've heard a DJ play a big set for 2.5 hours, and nobody ever gets bored. I mean, Jay has so many records, but I don't know if Jay could play a 3.5 to 4 hour set and niggas not be like, all right, let me sit down for a second. So that's my top 3. Yeah, who are your top 3, man?
Top 3 are as follows. I'll run through them. Number 3 is Big. We've had discussion many times on this show. Big is the natural. Him and Nas are the naturals as far as the rap style, not having a real format as far as how they deliver their bars, but voice and cadence and the way they flow, and it all sounds seamless whenever they put it together. And there's never like it's all rhythm, but they break their bars apart so crazy that you never know where they're gonna rhyme the next bar with the next line. Him and Nas are the two got to do that. Also, I said, as I said earlier, he gets the edge over Pac for me because his music is timeless. I feel like a lot of hey, listen, we got Twitter and a
Twitter wars
and a lifetime left to have this. I got you. We're gonna have this discussion at some point. All right.
All good.
So, like, timeless record. Time. Okay, we can go money more problems. We can go. I got a story to tell, which still gets played like daily by radio stations for mixed shows, even though on satellite radio. Daily. Big had a song where he told a story about fucking a chick whose boyfriend was on the New York Knicks, spit the song, and then told the entire song in just a dialogue format at the genius.
And they made a short film about it too. I don't know if you saw it.
I have not seen it. I would
Okay, so there's a short film about it's got a story to tell playing, and then there's like actors acting out what's going on, and it's like the most dramatic. It's wild.
This shit on BET, that tail shit that Herb Gotti was doing.
I don't know. We don't have BET here.
Oh, all right. Yeah, they got Herb Gotti.
Oh, so Herb Gotti did that song?
Herb Gotti got this show where like he'll take a rapper's lyrics and like have people act it out, and they did I Got a Story to Tell.
This was like literally like it had opening credits. It had like an opening scene. I think they were driving through like this mountainous road with a lot of trees, and then so this one is like, and then it's wild how they were able to make you'd think you were watching like a 2-hour movie, and then whole time it's Big's track, like it's crazy. Yeah.
The other thing about Big Yao is those cameos, those Junior Mafia.
As I was going to mention, the cameos, the Junior Mafia cameos, the cameo with the Brat, the cameo on the
Tracy Lee joint.
Yo,
I can't think of the record he had.
Victory off of the Puff album.
Oh yeah, the Puff.
Victory on the Puff album. Every verse he had on that album, on the Puff album, he had the verse with Jay that was crazy. He had the verse with Total that was crazy. The verse with Mace that people speculate that Mace actually wrote was crazy. So you had the features, you got the classic records.
Whoa. Somebody said Mace wrote for Big?
Yeah, that was some shit Vegas brought up before that for that 112 remix or something like Puff wanted Mace to get on and supposedly I guess he was like write this for Big and then Big spit it, but until I see that for myself.
There's so many stories about that one verse.
Yeah, here's the thing. My only thing is, Big is doper than Mace, so I don't pay that shit no mind. But yeah, who's your number 2 and 1?
Number two is Nas. Nas, like I said, another one who's a natural, has a body of work. Like I said, I probably would have put Big there, but 2 albums, passed away, unfortunately, whatever the case may be. Nas has a lot of albums. It Was Written is better than Illmatic. Don't Shoot Me. He's got that.
Not up here.
Yeah, okay. you with the crew. We with you on that one.
Okay. So then you got Still. So listen, we all thought his career might have been over after Jay tried to body him on Takeover. He revitalized his career somehow. Got the juices back for him. Stillmatic is a great record, and then consistently after that, he put out consistently good music. Not necessarily classic albums, but if you look at the run from Stillmatic, The Godson, to the double album, which is slept on. A lot of people don't like it, but I love that album. Mm-hmm. Then you want to go to the Nigga album. You want to go to Hip Hop Is Dead. You want to go to Life Is Good. The catalog after that battle, arguably up until probably 444, was better than Jay's. If you want to count post Blueprint, post Stillmatic, Nas's catalog may have been a little better than Jay's up until the 444. I believe. But with that said, like I said, Nas is also the natural. Classic records, classic songs, got party records, got records that will stay with you forever. Got a song with Lauryn Hill that will live forever and be played at every barbecue forever and ever and ever. So Nas is number 2 for me. Number 1 is, the God MC, as they say. I don't like to use,
I don't know if anybody's ever called somebody the God MC that ain't Roz. So I'm confused.
Well, okay. All right.
Well, Drake's number 10, so it can't be Drake. Thank God.
You know what? Next time I come on the show, I gotta bring my bulletproof vest, man.
Yeah, so I'm really interested who this new generation's got.
Yeah, who is
God MC? Me, Jay Hope.
I've never heard the verse, but I think
the day over. Hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for war. Hey, little soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the thing.
As a little dude, I felt embarrassed. I felt insulted by that line. I was like, "Yo, why you gotta mess with the little people, Jay?"
Nick, man, fucking stop saying we little, man. We 5'8".
No, we tall for ladies. We short, man. We tall for ladies. We short. 5'8" is short, my man. Big
Kevin Hart is short, man. When you touch the floor when you at a bar, that's when you short. My feet touch.
So Jay, number 1. I didn't even give you all my favorite songs from each of them. My favorite album from Nas is Life Is Good. My favorite song from Nas is.
I'm sorry, you said your favorite album is Life Is Good?
Yeah, my favorite one. I didn't say it was the best. I didn't say it was the best.
All right, sorry. All right.
Portia, I see your face. It's different.
Don't get
It
in
wasn't
Bezo
Portia's
mode
face
on
that
here.
time. It was my face. Like, whoa, bro.
I'm
You
good with that.
got me with some Drake with these ghostwriting niggas on the list. Now you hit me with
Life Is Good is my favorite album. My favorite song is It Ain't Hard to Tell.
Okay.
My favorite song ever from Nas. For Big, man, damn it, man. My favorite album is Life After Death. My favorite song is probably wow. Favorite song I'm probably gonna have to roll with is either I Got a Story to Tell or Everyday Struggle. Those would be the two. We can go to Jay. Jay's my number one. Jay's my number one for obvious reasons. Got a lot of classics. The longevity speaks for itself. Album after album after album after album after album he has delivered. Even on Kingdom Come, which was probably his worst album, it's the best engineered album he has. And for those of y'all who are into like sound and things like that, like
let's say the best engineer. Are we really getting
I think Drake had a hand in that.
I promise you.
album now? Come on.
Dr. Dre had his hand in that one.
I mean that's cool. That's cool, but
the reason why I say that is because the album's not good, right? It's not a great album.
No, I like the first thing. The album's not good. Let's go. Let's go. The album's not good.
I won't say it's not good. It's not good
You
by.
just said it was. You said it.
Listen to me. It's not good by. It's not great by Jay standards. I think it's okay album. But individually, those songs when they come on in your car, they smack a little louder than every other song in your iPod. I promise you.
I'm just saying, bro. You reaching with the best engineer.
Listen.
I mean, come on, man. The best engineered. Come on, yeah. I'm with you. I've been with you, but the best engineered.
Stay with me, Kill. Listen.
All right, I'm gonna stay with you.
As far as sound quality, like dog, you got them Just Blaze beats that are on there. They sound immaculate on the album. The intro, okay. You know what I will say? You know what you can't argue? That album, Kingdom Come, has Jay's best introduction record on any of his albums.
I'll give you that.
What was it? I don't even fucking know what it was.
The game's fucked up. Niggas beats is banging. Nigga, your hooks did it. Your lyrics did it.
Yeah.
Your gangster look did it. So I would write it if y'all. Oh, Kill, you killing me.
What's the name of it?
The Prelude.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It ain't them Just Blaze tracks on that album.
So let's go real quick. Let's go through Jay's discography. Blueprint 1, classic. Reasonable Doubt, classic. Black Album, classic. My favorite album is American Gangsta.
All right.
I decided. I had a discussion whether or not American Gangsta is better than Blueprint, and I'm not sure. My homie tried to convince me that it's not. But I just feel like maybe because I'm older, I have a deeper appreciation for American Gangsta. My favorite song from Jay ever. I mean, there's so many. I'll just choose one for now just because we're running short on time. I'll choose Sweet that was on American Gangsta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very dope.
I mean, dog. I mean, the bar work and the flow and everything was just perfect for that song.
You know what? And I don't want to belabor Jay. I just don't get how everybody loved 444 because when you talk about the bar work on American Gangster and then listen to 444, it's such a drop off to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a huge drop. Like when you're listening to American Dreaming and all that stuff, like that's Jay.
Yeah.
And then they hear 444, and you want to talk about an engineered album. That album is horribly engineered.
I agree. I agree. So what I'll say about 444 is this: 444 is a good album, and I think it has its spots. But I think it's more important about what he's talking about as opposed to how he's executing the rhymes. Because a lot of the rhymes on 444, he's not in pocket. But American Gangsta, that is like vintage Jay-Z. In pocket, precision flow Jay-Z.
Let me ask you a question. I don't want to belabor this because I'm sure folk is getting late. I don't want to keep nobody up.
All right.
Here's the thing. Are you kind of making some excuses for Jay? And the reason why I'm asking that is because I'm like, you're like, it wasn't a great album, but it was what he was talking about. But it's like,
for me, I mean, if you're gonna do it, if I'm ranking the album, I'm giving it 4 mics. So I mean, that's just what it is. I'm not trying to spell anything here or like give him credit. No, I've killed my favorite rappers. I killed Nas for this last album. Said he sounded like Cormega, in which I had an argument with Cormega on Twitter.
I missed that because Cormega deleted everything.
No, I'm just asking because like when you're in that pocket, it's almost like I know a lot of people who love 444, and I'm always confused by it because I'm like, he's not in pocket, he's not here, it's horribly engineered, but it's like cats give it a pass because of what he was talking about, and I'm like, is that what you can have?
It is like
it's almost like a ball player being like, oh well, think about all them times LeBron was fucking horrible in the playoffs. The one time it was, oh, Delonte West was fucking his mom, so we gotta give him a break because his teammate was banging his mom, you know. Then it was another time where I think what was boy's name? It was God, I forgot the boy's name. He used to play. He was banging his wife. He was banging Savannah. Like, there's always, anytime LeBron had a fucked up playoff, it was always a rumor about somebody fucking a woman in his life. You know what I mean? It was like every time he fucked up, oh, we got an excuse. Somebody's fucking his mom. I mean, think about it. If your teammate was fucking your mom, you gonna have a fucked up playoff. Like, I almost feel like that's what y'all do with Jay. Like, oh,
listen, with me,
but I mean, he told y'all need to get y'all credit together. I mean, we got to give him 4 mics for that shit. I mean, people credit scores got raised since 444. We got to give him 5 mics for that. Like,
here's my argument with that. Like I said, if you put out a bad record, I'm gonna let you know about it. Like, I think there are really good records on Jay's album. Honestly, I think that Marcy Me is Jay in his vintage pocket. I think that Smile is Jay in his pocket. I think the 444 song, I think he's all over the place, but I get where he's trying to go, trying to be offbeat, whatever the case may be. The song after that with Beyonce, I can't think of the name of it right now. Mine Feud. Also, Family Feud, a great song. I mean, listen, what it's worth, I think in the Jay Pantheon albums, it's probably like in the middle of his albums.
Well, we gotta take off a half a mic. If you giving Kingdom Come a half a mic for being engineered well, then we gotta take a half a mic. We gotta play fair, man. We gotta play fair.
I would give Kingdom Come 3.5 mics before I gave 444 3.5 mics.
I'm just saying, how much of a mic do you give Kingdom Come for being engineered well? Because whenever you give it, we have to take that off of 444 because it's not engineered well.
Okay. That's fair. So all right. That's fair. I'll give you that.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. That's why I love y'all, man. This is why I love y'all.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Who your top 3, Vince?
Kane, KRS, and Rakim.
Okay.
That's my top 3. Kane Set It Off. That's my favorite track from Kane. KRS, I mean, he's the walking embodiment of hip hop. So, I mean, he's just like everybody else said about KRS. Everything they said, I agree with everything. And Rakim, as the rhyme goes on, I would go with that song for Rakim.
All right. So I will say on KRS, he keep defending Africa being by the nigga gonna get off.
He's gonna be in trouble, yeah. He's
gonna get put off my list in a minute. He keep running his mouth. So it's top 3.
I got Tupac, Nas, and Big at number 1. I got Tupac at number 3. I have to disagree with you.
I'm totally shocked that Pac is 3.
You know what?
I'm totally shocked.
We're gonna discuss this we're gonna get with Yao on Twitter on this because I know we're running out of time.
I'm totally shocked.
No. I don't think that Tupac's anything is dated. I think yes, the beats are very 90s, but I listen to 90s music like it dropped today. So that I would never consider that dated. And his lyrics are forever relevant. I don't know. I can't. In my brain, I can't compute how it's his anything about Pac is dated. So that's that. Let's just go back to some of his lyrics. Like he's talking about wars in the Middle East, still relevant. He's talking about presidents. Like, what is this song? Words of Wisdom, verse 2. Like you're it's still relevant right now, today. So it's not dated. Nas, I'm not even going to go into it, but everyone's said it already. It Was Written is my favorite album. It is better than Illmatic. I don't take anything away from Illmatic. It's a classic, but It Was Written is better. It's better. And my favorite song on that is The Message. And that's just because it has my favorite lyric in the entirety of music in there. And that's the line that says, "A thug changes and love changes and best friends become strangers." I will quote that every time I can.
That's got to be. I mean, you could actually. I mean, you could put that in a museum somewhere. Honestly,
you can. Yeah, you can. And it's relevant, forever relevant to anybody, anywhere, in any genre, worldwide. Yeah. So that literally is why Nas is my number 2. I can't get over that song. And then Big is the all around. He is the essence of what hip hop is, and I will, again, I can never say enough about Big. And favorite album, Ready to Die. Favorite track, honestly, all of them, but I will give One More Chance remix and Everyday Struggle the tied for number 1 spot.
All right, no doubt. Forgot mine real quick. For Nas, New York State of Mind, first verse is my favorite Nas verse. Probably favorite Nas song, maybe The World Is Yours, the Q-Tip remix. Jay-Z, favorite verse, the second verse on Dead Prez. He breaks down, It Was All Good just a week ago. Favorite song, maybe Can I Live. I love Can I Live.
Yeah.
Big, I got...
When I open like CBS. Yeah.
With Big, I got my Downfall, first verse, favorite lyric, and probably favorite song is probably Kicking the Door. What's your top 3, man?
Pop, number 3. Favorite album, the Machiavelli joint. Favorite song, Straight Ballin' off of the Thug Life album. 2 is Jay. You know what I mean? Can't deny that he's like if there was a symbol, a logo for hip hop, it would have to be Jay-Z at this point.
Oh, jeez, my God, that's as bad as Yao.
Yo, this wow,
listen.
Yo, y'all are going hard, man.
No, look, and Jay's not even my favorite rapper though. He's not even my favorite rapper.
Got him off the couch. You don't won't get up, man.
I'm shaking my shoulders and shit. I'm
He's the most accomplished rapper ever, man. Like, what a win for Jay is a win for hip hop. I don't see how people can hate on Jay at this point. Wow. I just don't.
Wow.
I can never agree with that.
Jay-Z is the logo for hip hop.
Holy God damn.
So
what the hell?
When I come today, we going out for drinks on me.
No, I don't even know what the fuck is going on, y'all.
I don't know. This is a Twilight Zone like I've never seen.
It's the logo for hip hop.
I don't know.
If Jerry West can still be the logo for the NBA, why can't Jay be the logo?
Listen,
I would say this. If anybody was the logo, and I'll give Bezo, I think Bezo said this, I would give it to KRS. And the reason being is that he's the embodiment of hip hop. He used to do graph. He embodied the culture. There's no way that I can give Jay.
Okay, if you want to go like the hip hop, the 5 elements. Okay, I got you.
I mean,
I got you.
If you want to go then I guess we gotta give it.
Hey, yo, listen.
If you want to go that route,
graffiti. Like, what other route is there?
And breaking ain't even making money for hip hop. Just keep it real.
I just can't give logo status to someone who gave us Kingdom Come and 444 and Volume 1. Like, what are you?
Hey, Portia. Hey, don't get crazy. Don't get crazy.
KRS got Chris Styles.
Get crazy over here talking about
KRS got bad albums.
Listen,
KRS got Chris Styles. Let's go.
No.
KRS got the Come on.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I can't agree with a win for Jay is a win for him.
Yo, that killed me. That killed me.
Jay hasn't been hip hop since American Gangster.
Jay hasn't been hip hop since American. What? Explain that. My number 1 is Rakim. Let me get that away. Number 1 is Rakim.
Okay,
because you have rap pre-Rakim rap.
Post-rap.
No matter what I say about his later albums, he changed rap. Like everything
Yes.
goes back to Rakim. When you think about the way people flow, not the
Right, I know.
swag, not swag rap
I
and
know
all
what
that
you're
shit, but yeah.
All right, now back to this. A win for. All right, here's the thing.
Like he's the spokesperson for hip hop. How is he?
Oh God, this is killing me.
on to us?
Kill, give him
He
your
can-
information,
no,
Kill.
no,
Kill,
No!
give him your
What
information.
the fuck is going on
I'm
tonight?
gonna have to go dig up the stuff
He's
to
the
prove this.
spokesperson for
He's
hip hop.
Look, when you dealing with corporate people, he is the guy who can get us in the door. They ain't finna let Buckshot Shorty in. They're not letting them niggas in. They'll talk to Jay-Z.
Here's the Jay is the spokesman for Jay. That's all Jay represents.
Yes.
Not the spokesman for my culture. Not Jay-Z. Not Sean Carter. Not whatever the fuck Beyonce call him. This nigga don't even got a dick no more because Beyonce.
Oh, so you got a personal vendetta against
No,
Jay.
no.
Okay.
Oh,
I
man.
see what this is at.
You seen the video. He looks unhappy. You saw him in
I
bed.
see what this is.
Yo, he's on
Hey,
punishment.
he
But the next
messed up
thing
with his wife. It is what it is. I can't
Oh,
speak on his marriage.
is a win for Jay is not a
Win
win.
for hip hop.
Hey,
yo, Nick.
He's
Nick, when I come to the A, I'm gonna pick you up in the rental.
See,
We-
what's the problem?
we
Here's
gonna do it up.
We gonna play. We gonna
Here's the
play.
problem. Here's the nigga-
We gonna play Cashmere Thoughts on repeat.
No, you're not. You guys are gonna listen to Kingdom Come on repeat the
We'll play
entire
that too,
time.
just for
Here's
y'all.
the
So
problem.
you
Here's
can
the
think about
problem.
what you said.
Here's the problem. Like Nick told me, you don't read the bio because he's not in Atlanta. He's in Cincinnati. So that's number one.
But no, I'm always in Atlanta. So when you come to Atlanta, more than likely I'll be there, and we gonna listen to Kingdom Come, 4 Porsche.
Yeah.
On repeat
No, we gonna
the
play.
entire time.
Bullsh, I am hurt. A win.
Oh,
we
Phil, I
gonna
don't even
stream
know
it. We
these
gonna
people
live stream
anymore.
it.
No, a
So y'all
win
can
for
hear the
Jay
clarity.
is a win for Jay. That's what
Oh,
it is. A win
yes,
for Jay.
Phil, I
So-
thought I knew
That's-
Nick and Yao. I don't know these two. I
I
thought
don't
Yao
know
was gonna
what's
put
going
Big at
on
number
right
one.
now.
I'm just
I told you, I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah, where'd you get that weed from, man? We need to check. Man, I don't know. That was a bad bag, man. That was a bad batch or something, man.
so
We got
wow, we hate Jay like that now.
no. It's not a week.
Jay is outranked. Jay.
Jay's number 2 on my all-time list.
Jay,
Yeah,
well,
mine-
how was Jay is not of the culture? Jay is still a part of the culture, man.
Just because you rap don't make you part of the culture.
That's a bold statement.
Well,
like
then-
that,
so
you're
who-
putting him
then-
above.
then, like,
It's like this little Yachty rap. Part of the culture, like just because you rap.
So you can compare Jay to Lil Yachty?
He's all the way real.
No,
Listen,
you
Jay
said
Jay has found the agenda. He has pushed hip hop to heights we have never seen before. He has put us in basketball arenas. He's had rappers have own teams. They have slogan lines.
Hold tight.
So if next year Puffy ends up,
basketball game until Jay-Z came around.
I'm not sure if anybody owned a squad or had any ownership in the
Oh, the squad, the nigga owned 0.8%. Y'all act like Jay fucking y'all act like Jay was
Everybody else in hip hop.
who owned the Nets.
Everybody else in hip hop got
No,
it.
we
Jay
saying
was not playing with no deals. Jay was not chilling with B like, yo, nigga, straight and that nigga ain't make no calls. That nigga ain't calling
Even with the streaming service, he paying out more.
all I know is,
Spotify,
all I know
Spotify,
Yeah,
yo,
I don't know.
Spotify,
That-
Spotify straight raping.
This is
Spotify and Apple is straight
reminding
raping
me.
niggas.
This is reminding me of when Puff came out. Niggas would be like, "Oh, Puff got niggas dancing." Niggas
listen,
danced at parties before Puff was around. Like, yeah,
I'm just scared that in
I
1 year. No, I'm just scared that in next year Puffy's gonna own some NFL shares, and people are gonna be like, he's the logo of hip hop, and then that suicide is the only option at that point.
It don't count for Puff because Puff's not nice. Jay is one of the nicest rappers of all time. Like as far as we're talking about just overall skill of a rapper. He's one of the nicest rappers of all time.
You guys are making me hate on one of my favorite.
I can't tell. He's one of your favorite. The disdain for Jay here
No,
is.
it's not.
I love
But
Jay.
here's the problem.
It's just
Here's
I
the problem.
love Jay. I would never call him the logo of hip hop.
Yes.
But that's the thing that it's not a disdain because we don't think he's the logo. That's the problem.
He said KRS-One. He has terrible albums. When the last
But what I'm
KRS album
saying-
you
but
played?
what I'm saying, the reason why I say KRS is because, like you said, if Jerry West, like y'all know I'm a marriage coach, so I listen very well. You said Jerry West
is the logo.
Jerry West is still the logo. Why is he still the logo? Because that was what was going on when the NBA first came around, right?
He white. That's why he's still the logo.
Right. But at the end of the day, if there's a logo for hip hop, I want it to be one of the forefathers. Maybe that's my age. Maybe I want
Cool Herc.
Maybe I want Grandmaster Flash. Maybe not Bambaataa. He going right now. But that's my thing. I wouldn't give it to Rakim. I wouldn't give it to Nas. I wouldn't give it to these people on the list. So it's not a disdain when I say he's not. He should. It's not a hate. It's not hate when I say a win for Jay is not a win for hip hop. Like I don't. Jay is big. Like Jay is rap. Like Jay ain't even hip hop no more to me. Like he's the machine.
But a lot of people ain't hip hop. So so you saying if you don't encompass the 5 elements, you ain't hip hop basically. That's a lot.
That's true.
I'm not saying if you don't. I'm not saying if you don't invite. Well, I mean, most of the rappers nowadays suck. But what I'm saying is that Jay hasn't. I mean, all right. Let's be honest, y'all. Jay has not been trying to make hip hop. Okay,
that's right.
He has been trying to make for years. Jay has been trying to make songs to get on the radio. Jay has been following Big's formula since fucking day one to try to do shit. There's no way you can tell me that's what girls like and all that bullshit he was putting out was trying to make hip hop. He was trying to sell records, which is cool. If that's
everybody's done that.
Go.
Nas did. You owe me.
Everybody has done that, but to me, Jay is still trying to do that. You know what I mean? Like Magna Carta. I just again when I'm looking at hip hop like boom bap, I don't hear that from Jay. Even with this No ID produced album, I really don't like too many of the beats or Kill Jay-Z. I mean, like the story of OJ is a dope beat, but like really Kill Jay-Z? Like, yeah, if I played that beat for you, my nigga.
I hate that beat. I hate it. I skip it every time.
Okay, all right, good. Because I'm just being real. Because if I played half the beats off of 444, I'm keeping it funky with you. Niggas ain't picking those beats. And that's just keeping it real. Niggas are not picking
It's about 3. All
right, but 3 out of what? 11? Like, shit, you failed the test. You failed the fucking test.
Yeah.
If you would test with 11 fucking questions on it and you get 3 right, summer school, you are not that. You are not. So we got it. It's not disdain. It's not hate. I like Jay. Jay is probably one of my favorite MCs. So it's not. Yeah. It's just that dude is not. He's not speaking for me. He's not speaking for me.
Hey, look. If Jay-Z is the logo, what does the logo look like?
Good question.
Is it him on the jet ski?
But you know what? That's a good question. Yao and Nick, what is Jay doing on the logo?
Jay-Z is standing outside of his Bentley on like the Volume 2 cover.
Exactly.
That was the change.
That was the change. So to represent our culture is a man outside of a Bentley.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because listen, at the end of the day, we all trying to get to that level. It's some level of success.
Yeah. I don't want to. I'd be good with a Q60 myself.
You'll be better with a Bentley.
God.
I was gonna say something about Biggie, but I'm gonna leave it alone, man.
Go ahead.
Please, no.
So it's Biggie.
I don't know if you can say anything more outlandish than a win for Jay is a win.
Faith out here saying she ate that man ass. Come on, bro.
Whoa.
You ain't know about that.
Oh, man, you ain't hear about that, brother?
You ain't know about that.
What?
Faith Evans was on the Drink Champs. Said she ate that man ass. So
who ass?
Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Listen.
Your wife eat ass. What you mad?
Nah, bro.
Can I just know why people are so fixated on Big Sex Life? Like it's the logo. It's the logo. Put it out there at that point.
I'm not sure why everybody's so shocked. Big has a story before Nasty Girl about shitting.
There's a difference about
what Big does in his bedroom is none of my business. I like.
Hey, she put it out there.
So we're trying.
I didn't want to know about.
You know what?
Not Big because he got his ass eaten. That's where we going. Like,
listen, man.
This is how far
Faith is trying to
divert
I'm
attention.
gonna send you the picture, man. I'm gonna send
I
you the
don't
picture.
see the picture of Big.
No, it's not a picture.
No.
It's just a joke about what position he was in.
I'm like, you send the picture. I'm like, no, I'm good.
No, it's not an actual picture floating around. You'll see it.
All right.
You'll see it.
But I mean,
Faith is trying to divert attention because she got married to some loser,
Nah,
and
we
we are.
Not giving
exactly.
Big a pass on that.
well, because he got.
Man,
I don't care what they do in their
should not be
bedroom.
getting-
No,
All right, let's move on. So who's the logo? Cool Herc. That's what we decided on. Cool Herc, right?
I'll take Cool Herc.
I will give it to Cool Herc or Grandmaster Flash.
Okay,
What
I'll
would they
take
be
that.
doing? Grandmaster Flash or Cool Herc would be DJing on the ones and twos.
Yeah,
That would be the logo. It would not be Jay standing outside the Bentley on Volume 2, even though that's what we all want to get to. Like, again, and I always say this, and not about y'all two, but I know if Jay, I feel like the bulk of Jay-Z's fans now, at least 80%, are in love with his success.
Yes.
I truly believe that.
I'll say the 30 and under crowd.
And again, I'm not saying you two because I know y'all, so I know that's not for you. But the majority of people, if Jay did a Dame Dash and lost everything, if Beyonce divorces him and takes all the money and he's back in Marcy, nobody, like only 20% of his fan base are still checking for him because people like exactly what Yao said, what he represents. He represents black wealth. He represents that, but that can't be the reason I'm a fan of your music. Those are two totally different entities. And somehow we mix them together
because it's still part of his personality, though. So Jay is my favorite businessman in hip hop. Period. Him and Nas. So like that is part of Jay's personality. So I will give him that because that does get through in some of his music, and it's cool to hear that. Like that whole thing about like if I had bought, I enjoyed the little like, you know, if I had bought this place in this area, it would have been this now, and you know how I feel Dumbo. Like,
but I mean, now keep in mind that's just Jay now. That's just Jay now. For the rest
Jay now, but it's wisdom. It's wisdom that came from his climbing up. Like I like that aspect.
It is wisdom, but let's keep in mind that the majority of Jay's career, let's keep it funky, has been I got this shit and you peasants don't.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's what it is. I'm gonna name a whole bunch of shit y'all motherfuckers never heard of, so that y'all motherfuckers will run out and go buy it after I invested in it. Because my man put me onto that. That's what Jay would do. Like they said on that joint on Kingdom Come. We tell him Chris Styles dead, so now they ask us what we drinking. You think Jay ain't investing what he's shouting out before he shouts? Right. He knows he gonna go do that shit. You know what I mean? So
he should though.
That's what Jay.
But he should, exactly. I agree with Nick.
But to me,
he should.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not a smart business move, but to me, it's about I got this, y'all don't.
But Jay is a brand now too, though, right?
I mean,
so whatever he says,
at least it's his truth. This is truth, though. If we start picking apart everybody's lyrics, we can go back to Big.
No, you're right.
Big depicted himself, and his mom came back and said that's not true because we were well off.
Yes.
This, that, and the third.
Here's the thing I'll say about this. Two things. One, it is his truth. Maybe it's just for me. I've decided not to listen to his truth because it doesn't line up for what I need to hear. I don't need to hear about all the shit you got. That doesn't.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe for somebody else, it's like, oh, Jay got a Bentley. Oh, let me work double overtime. Well, rappers rap about making me work harder. It doesn't make me a better person. So I just choose not to listen to it. So you're right. That's his life. He can rhyme about that. I like American Gangster because it gave him the freedom to talk about drugs. To me, that's where Jay's at his best. He's at his best when he's talking about that street life shit. That, in my opinion, he can make the club songs and all that, but that's the best. Number two, this is the 44-year-old in me because I just fucking forgot what number two was that quick. That's bad. Or forget about shit. Number
you want 50-year-old Jay? Go ahead.
No, you were saying.
No, you got. No.
You were saying if we picked apart everybody's lyrics and there was something else. I don't know. I'll come back to it. What you gonna say, Nick?
No, I was just saying if we start picking apart lyrics, a lot like Mobb Deep.
Oh, the big. I'm sorry, the big. Here's the thing. Now I don't know if this is true. Here's the thing that I would say, and this isn't. I'm not trying to defend my favorite rapper. I don't do that. What happened was it was Vlad, and Vlad was talking about Little Fame's being named, his name being mentioned in Warning. And asking about that, and he was yeah, still laughing.
Yeah, I was dead now.
So what happened was, Fame was like, yeah, Biggie used to like, bring stolen bikes by my crib, and Big used to sell by my crib and everything like that, or whatever. So here's the thing, and prayer, my mom doesn't watch this, I hope, but like, the last week we was in Philly, and me and my mama sitting out front, and my mom is just going on about how I was this great kid and I never got in trouble, and Naomi's looking at me like, yo, the fuck, she don't know none of the shit you done did? Because I've told Naomi like a good percentage of my dirt. My mom has no fucking idea.
Yeah, you're an angel to her.
Talk to my mom, she's going to give you a totally different story of Kill in high school than if you talk to niggas in the streets. So maybe that's a situation with Big, because according to Little Fame, he sold drugs. Now, no, was he a kingpin? No, he wasn't no fucking kingpin. But
no, not that.
I've heard those stories of Big's mom being like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I had Christmases too. Doesn't mean I got what I wanted for Christmas. So, and people brought me clothes too. It don't mean it was the clothes I wanted. So I had to go out and do what I had.
But Big went to a private school. Like, Big was not Big was not.
Here's the wild part. I went to a private school, kindergarten, 8th grade.
Fair.
You know what I mean? And so, we can't put this. And again, if Big ever talked about, I don't know nothing about the Bob, him and Lance brought 10 bricks. I don't know about all that shit. Come on. We know for the most part, they're going to exaggerate and, multiply whatever they had. But I'm just saying all that to say that even though Big's mom may have given him the best life she felt he had, Big may have still been out doing dirt.
Which she confirms that some of it, like, he did, but there's certain lines that she's like, that didn't really happen.
I mean, yeah.
She may not know, but she may not know.
I could believe that. I mean, because wasn't it like one Big got locked up and his man took the hit for him? So Big obviously was in something, the stuff like Christmas missed us. Well, then, yeah, I'm sure his mom gave him a Christmas, but again, different definition. Like Nick, if you never got none of the shit you wanted for Christmas, you may have been like, yeah, Christmas missed us. But your mom may have been like, yo, I worked double overtime to get you some J.C. Penney's clothes, and you like, I want the J.C. Penney clothes, so all that to say, great show. I'm still hurt on a win for Jay is a win for hip hop, man. A win for Jay, a win for the Carter.
That was a shot to the heart. That was.
When Jay-Z wins, that's a win for Blue and Prince and Purple or whatever the fuck they twins' names are, because nobody.
Isn't it Carter and Rumi?
Sir and Rumi. Can't nobody just name a motherfucker just Nicki no more. It's got to be something. I guess Nick got sick of us. He said, fuck me and left. Poor. You don't want to give out your information no more.
No, it's good. It's cool. You'll post it up. It's all good.
Yeah, give him all the stuff, good brother. Give him all the good stuff, man.
Real Twitter name is Yao Music, YAW Music. My IG name is YAW Music as well. I'm working on music, and I'm actually happy about the music this time. See, when you're an artist, sometimes you're working on music, but you're not really happy with it. I'm in a nice little groove working on music, so I'll probably be dropping some music very soon. I know I've been saying this for like a year, but I'm in a nice little groove now, and I'm really happy with what's coming out. So that's coming soon. Just grinding, man. Hit me on IG, hit me on Twitter. Yao Music, you know what it is.
Yo, man, I'm jealous because you up there at the Dykeman games, man. I'm jealous.
Listen, if you're up here on a weekday, if y'all watching this, if y'all want to come ride with me, I go to these Dykeman games 3 times a week, and it's an event every time, and it's free. They got ladies out there selling empanadas. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. All right,
they got dudes out there selling mango. It's mango Ciroc in sealed cases. It's all set, man. All right. Whatever your little heart desires, come on through the Dykeman, y'all.
All right, no doubt. You already know what it is with me. Kill 889 IG, Twitter. Yeah, been a good show. I'm still stuck on the okay. All right, y'all. I will check y'all out next week, y'all.
Yeah, man. Be good, y'all.
All right.